Somehow, with the return of Barnabas Collins and the Leviathan box, the threat of an all-encompassing evil looms larger over the great house at Collinwood on this dark and sinister night.
Are you both surprised?
Well, we didn't know quite what to expect, Alexander.
I am not to be called Alexander anymore. You should know that.
Oh, what are Megan and Philip going to call you?
They picked a name I didn't like. From now on, you will call me Michael. That's my choice.
We came to welcome you, Michael.
We came as soon as I read the prophecy in the book.
That is as it should be.
We want you to feel free to come to Collinwood for whatever you may need. Well, it's getting late, David. I better take you home.
No. David is going to stay here tonight.
But do you think that's wise? We shouldn't do anything to arouse suspicion.
David wants to stay. Don't you, David?
Yes, I do, Aunt Elizabeth.
Very well. I'll go back to Colin.
You didn't see David anywhere, did you?
No, why?
About an hour ago, I went upstairs to tell him good night, and he wasn't in his room. I've searched the entire upstairs, and I can't find him anywhere.
Well, when did you last see him?
Just before he went upstairs to go to bed. I'd better go out and search the grounds.
Well, I'll go upstairs and look at the rest of the rooms.
I'll pick you up in the morning, David. Good night.
Good night, Aunt Elizabeth.
You went running to Barnabas the other day, didn't you? You told him I let Amy in the room.
I only did what I had to do, Michael.
You shouldn't have done it, David. It made me very angry.
Well, I'm sorry, then.
Being sorry isn't enough.
What do you mean?
I'm going to have to teach you a lesson.
What kind of lesson?
Anyone who displeases me has to be punished.
How?
How would you like to spend the night? Right here, in the shop, all alone, where it's nice and dark.
I don't want to stay here alone.
It's just an antique shop. There's nothing here that can hurt you.
Where's Megan and Philip? I want to talk to them.
Megan and Philip are in their room, and that's where they're going to stay. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Good. Now there are some rules you'll have to obey. You must be very quiet. You must stay awake. And you may not call for help. No matter what happens. Good night, David. I hope you enjoy yourself.
He's nowhere upstairs.
There's no sign of him anywhere. I'm going to call the police.
Why are you calling the sheriff?
Liz, David has disappeared.
Roger, don't be absurd. He's spending the night in town with a friend.
David is spending the night with a friend in Collinsport?
Yes.
May I ask how you know that?
I just dropped him there.
I see. Would you excuse us, please, Julia?
Oh, yes, of course.
I want to speak with you in the drawing room.
See why you're getting so upset.
David is my son, not yours. Whether he spends the night in town with a friend of his is a decision for me to make and not you. How could you dare do a thing like that without consulting me first?
Frankly, I thought you'd be pleased.
Pleased?
Yes, I knew how concerned you were about David earlier, and after you'd gone into the study, he came back downstairs and told me what was upsetting him. It seems his little friend Alex is leaving town tomorrow, and he's afraid he wouldn't see him again. So David asked me to take him to Alex. I saw no harm in it, and I certainly didn't think you would object.
Is Alex the one who visited here last week?
Yes.
An abominable boy. He and David aren't even the same age.
I'm sorry, Roger.
Well, I certainly wouldn't have allowed him to spend the night in a strange house.
Well, believe me, you have nothing to worry about. He couldn't be in safer hands.
Now there are some rules you'll have to obey. You must be very quiet, you must stay awake, and you may not call for help, no matter what happens. How are you this morning, David?
Fine.
Have you learned your lesson now?
Yes.
Good. That means we should get along fine from now on. You'd better unlock the door, David. It's time to open the shop.
Oh, David, aren't you up bright and...
Did you come to buy something?
Well, Carolyn told me that there were some paintings here that I should see. Who are you?
Michael.
I'm Dr. Julia Hoffman. I thought you said you were spending the night with Alex.
Well, I was, but Megan took him home this morning.
Oh, I see. Are you another relative of Megan and Phillips?
Yes, I'm going to be staying with him a while.
Oh, isn't that nice?
What's the matter, Doctor?
Nothing. Nothing at all. What time do you expect Carolyn?
Well, she doesn't come in usually till in the afternoon.
All right, I'll come back then. Goodbye.
She noticed my birthmark. She didn't say anything, but I knew what she was thinking. She's beginning to suspect too much, David. We must find a way to deal with her. Immediately.